Alex Garcia!
No. No. Oh. That open. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's nerves in the end. The upper does. The upper a little harder. Do it right. That's it. Right. Wait. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah.
Itu depending you just out. Good for you there.
You got to get a man. I ain't never get around.
Grandfather bringing all the smoke on, baby. What they think you go? How they do that thing? Cooking it. That's what it means. And we gonna be cooking, Marley.
In the lead-up to Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, both fighters show incredible focus and commitment during tough training sessions. Their confidence grows as preparation hones both their skills and mindset. Behind the scenes, we see determination, planning, and competitive drive, offering a glimpse of a high-stakes showdown driven by pride, ambition, and the will to prove who is best in the ring.
One day, every day, but it's serious when he's sparring. He gets down to nitty-gritty, does his thing, just embarrasses a lot of the sparring partners. And again, I tell him, have fun in there. Like, just make boxing great again, make boxing fun again. It is a little one.
Man, I've been working my ass off so much.
His opponent is undefeated. He's a frigidity boxer. He jumps in, jumps out. But there's one thing we see that he don't do, and
Teofimo Lopez drives himself hard during intense training with legendary coach Freddie Roach. Each punch is precise and full of power and speed, showing his focus. Roach keeps the sessions challenging, pushing Lopez to stay disciplined and sharp. The workout shows serious preparation, highlighting Lopez's hunger to grow and his dedication to perfecting his skills before a big fight.
Oh, sit down. There you go. That's it. Here. Right there. There you go. One, two. One below right here. I can get some easy. Hit me. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. When you hook there. Double hook. Get that.
Share a lot of the same values. So right now we're doing some signatures. We're going to do some giveaways, really putting the fans first. So when he wins, the fans are going to win. Even a free beer giveaway after he knocks out his opponent this fight.
Just doing things like this is what really matters, you know. At the end of it, when I'm in there in the gym, I'm having a great time. That's what I love to do. But over here, you know, it's just all about giving back. Just stay tuned, man.
Shakur Stevenson talks honestly about the challenge of facing Teofimo Lopez, knowing many see it as a tough fight. He understands why because he has known Lopez since their amateur days and respects his skills. Stevenson says he chose this matchup on purpose to push himself and raise his game. He thrives on challenges that demand growth rather than comfort. He also makes it clear that in every fight his goal is total control, no matter the opponent or the venue. He aims to perform so clearly and decisively that there is no doubt or debate. That mindset drives his preparation and sharpens his focus. Looking ahead, Stevenson believes a win here would boost his career, put him among the top fighters, and strengthen his claim as one of the best pound-for-pound boxers today.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Roy Jones Jr. shares his perspective on the difference between old school and new school fighters, especially when it comes to respect. He explains that in his era, any words or actions seen as disrespectful would not be tolerated in person because there would be immediate consequences. Once respect was broken, confrontation was unavoidable, and ignoring it made a fighter look weak. Old school fighters acted quickly to test intentions and set boundaries, protecting their pride and reputation. For Jones, this was about more than fighting. It was about honor, manhood, and standing firm. He notes that some modern fighters provoke others intentionally, seeing it as a test. In his view, this behavior cannot go unchecked. Respect is essential, and responding strongly when it is challenged shows a fighter's character, discipline, and integrity, proving that boundaries matter both in the ring and in life.
And they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him. I chose this for that reason. Like, I chose this because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to put myself in a situation to where I'm able to raise my game up to another level. So that was my whole purpose.
Do you feel like you got to be real dominant in this fight? Because I mean, Tio, he from New York, and you know, you having a fight in New York and the judges, man. You never know, yo.
He not from New York, but he not from New York. He not from New York. He probably was born in New York, but like being from New York is like I'm raised and I'm brought up in New York, and I known him for years and years, and I always seen him out of Florida. Like that's where he was out of, Florida. So I don't look at him like a fighter that's from New York. So, but do I gotta be dominant? I think every fight that I set up, I want to be dominant. I don't care who in front of me. I want to dominate. I want to beat you to where judges don't feel like they can rob me. So I always got that feeling. I always got that chip on my shoulder.
If you do win this fight, what do you think it does for your career?
I think it put me top 5 pound for pound. I think it puts me like one of the best fighters in my era. I think it just established that I'm that guy. Like, I be one of the 4 kings that they call the 4 kings, and it also depends on the fashion that I do it. So, it's gonna be interesting.
But what be going on with this Tio dude though, man? I be seeing these videos online of him making racist comments. You be seeing that, man?
Bojienes gives a strong warning for Teofimo Lopez, stressing that Shakur Stevenson should never be underestimated. He points out that Shakur's speed is a kind of power, as many opponents struggle to see or react to his punches, making even small shots very effective. Bojienes emphasizes that this fight will be tough for both fighters, challenging the idea that either has a clear advantage. While he acknowledges Teofimo's athleticism, explosiveness, and skill in both punching and boxing, he notes that Shakur has faced bigger, stronger opponents before. With precise movement, sharp timing, and smart ring control, Shakur has consistently handled powerful threats. Bojienes believes his high boxing IQ and adaptability give him a strategic edge over the distance. Although he predicts a decision win for Shakur, he adds that the fight could change if Teofimo walks into unseen clean shots, keeping the matchup unpredictable and competitive. This shows the respect both fighters command and the careful preparation each must bring to the ring.
To announce the fight. I don't understand the press conference. Shakur Stevenson looked confused about the press conference. Teofimo Lopez is known for saying outlandish things, but I've noticed over the last couple years, he's making less and less sense when he speaks. Like, the types of things that he's saying at the press conference are just unnecessary. The things that he's saying and the way he's saying it, I don't know if it's nervous energy. I don't know if he's just trying to get a rise out of these cameras and people online so they can talk about him. I really don't know what it is, but I don't understand why guys do things like that. What does that have to do with the fight? What does that have to do with boxing? The only thing you might accomplish out of that is making Shakur Stevenson mad, and he try to make you pay for that come fight night on January 31st. I don't get that kind of stuff. See, we'll look at stuff like that and we'll laugh at it in the sport of boxing, and we won't say that that's affecting boxing or hurting boxing. We'll just say that's just the way fighters are. But we'll get mad at a Jake Paul and we'll say that he's ruining boxing because you don't like Jake Paul or the things that he says or the fact that he's making money in a space that he didn't grow up in. To me, these are the kind of things. Press conferences like that, when you got Teofimo Lopez saying some of the things that he said, that's the kind of stuff that give boxing and fighters a black eye. That's why when we walk in a room and people know that you fought for a living or you currently fight for a living, they expect a certain type of thing. They look at you a certain type of way, and you almost gotta prove that you're not that to be able to get some respect when you're speaking to people, because they don't expect us to be people who are sensible, people that can articulate their words, people that can be sensible about how they go about their everyday life. So I personally, listen, everybody goes about this fight thing, this competition thing different. I'm not saying nobody has to be like me, got to be like you or anybody else. Be yourself. But that kind of stuff, to me, I don't really see a place for it in the sport of boxing. It don't make sense. It got everybody scratching their head, and your opponent who came there to talk to you about this fight, he wants to hear what you got to say about what you going to do to him and vice versa. But you got an opponent in Shakur Stevenson who's confused now. He literally was looking around like the look that Shakur Stevenson had on his face was, I did not come here for this. And I think he even said, I really don't know what to say about it. That don't make for a good press conference to me.
Yeah, I know. But see, this is what I try to tell you about. I know y'all don't hear me a lot of time when I say it. There's old school and there's new school. Old school has something that been said. They would not have allowed us to be able to come face to face. Because you don't say it to me and think I ain't gonna try to tear your head off as soon as I get close to you.
Wait, so you're not gonna wait till fight night. You're gonna get it in that day.
Because some things are too difficult. Because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you gotta know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, it could not. I would told him, listen, whatever y'all do.
Shakur Stevenson spoke on the Ariel Helwani show about his view of Teofimo Lopez, making it clear there has never been any personal conflict between them. Shakur has always respected Lopez, admiring his speed, power, athleticism, and overall skill. He notes that Teofimo has maintained these qualities over time, making him a tough opponent in the ring. While Lopez can be a polarizing figure who sometimes makes comments that bother people, Shakur says he doesn't take them personally. He admits that some statements, especially ones that upset others, can add extra motivation in the ring, pushing him to perform at his best. At the same time, Shakur sees Teofimo as a driven athlete who genuinely wants to succeed. For Stevenson, this fight is a serious challenge and a chance to test himself against a skilled, respected, and determined opponent. It's not just about winning, but about measuring his skills, discipline, and strategy against someone highly capable and motivated.
You're gonna pick them apart. And I gotta tell everybody that what you call him is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all that. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Teo got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, they got the weight and all that. I see Shakur box big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Boots, he box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then all according how Teo come in, and Teo come at him, he gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That's that power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just, like I said, Speed is power. You're not them guys, muscle bound guys come in and you're talking about, oh, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact, the punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch coming.
Greg Hackett offers a detailed prediction for the upcoming fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. He favors Shakur to win by decision, citing the young fighter's discipline, ring IQ, and ability to control the pace. Hackett explains that Shakur's skills are built to neutralize power, making him adaptable and tough to challenge over several rounds. He also recognizes Teofimo's athleticism, explosiveness, and strong punching, noting that Lopez is a dangerous opponent. Still, Hackett believes Shakur's precision, timing, and movement give him a strategic edge, letting him control the fight. He stresses that this matchup will test both fighters' skill, endurance, and mental toughness. While surprises could happen, Hackett sees Shakur's consistency, tactical awareness, and ring intelligence as decisive. Overall, he predicts that Shakur's ability to manage distance, avoid unnecessary risks, and execute his plan makes him the likely winner, though Lopez's athleticism ensures a competitive and exciting fight for fans.
Guy up?
Honestly, I had been set it up with the higher power people. I kind of asked them, can we make the fight happen? But once it got closer to getting it done, I kind of reached out to T.O. and he was cool.
And obviously this is happening at 140. Why were you interested in that? Why the decision to move up from 135?
I'm not moving up to 140-pound division just yet. I'm actually a 35-pounder, but I moved up for this fight because I know that why would I bring him down? I would have to come up to his weight if I want to fight him. So it only made sense.
Was MSG always the spot that was discussed, or perhaps Prudential Center, Newark, or any other locations?
They asked me Las Vegas or New York, and I told them I like New York. So,
do you like the idea of fighting at MSG as opposed to Prudential Center, which you have done very well at?
Nah, I would rather fight in my hometown because that's where I'm from, and I know everybody's gonna be there to support me. I know the faces, I know everything when I walk out. But honestly, it's cool because it's on New York. It's right there. T.O. claims he's from New York, but it's interesting.
What do you mean by that? Oh, did we lose him? Oh, are you there?
He claimed it because he's not really from New York.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You froze on us for a second, but now you're back.
He's not really from New York. He's from Florida. I actually knew him growing up, and he was always with Team Florida. So I don't look at him like a fighter that's from New York. I know the fighters that's from New York. I came up with them guys. I used to see them all the time in the regionals. When I used to go to Gleason's gym, I used to see a lot of them fighters.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more. See you next time.